This is a short list of errors, possible fatal, to avoid on Via Ferrata. Don't use your resting system as a third arm where a fall can generate a big falling factor. If you do so, the shock absorber will never deploy, your safety system will be static, and the consequences can be dramatic. Don't connect a sling to the resting loop of your Via Ferrata set. In case you do so, you might get trapped into connecting the carabiner to the belay loop of your harness when not in use. If you do so and fall, the entire safety system is now static, the shock absorber will never deploy, and the danger of dramatic consequences is high. Make sure you properly connected your first carabiner before disconnecting the second. You might not believe it, but wrongly clipping carabiners is a common occurrence. If you rush to disconnect the second carabiner, and in meanwhile the first carabiner proves to not being properly connected, you now find yourself disconnected from the safety steel cable of the Via Ferrata and in danger of dramatic consequences. When connecting the second carabiner, make sure it looks in the opposite direction of the first carabiner. Many times during progression or while transitioning at the anchor point, it can happen that you accidentally disconnect both carabiners just because they face the same direction. It can be through accidental pressure, misuse, or any other random event that might lead to it. To lower the chances of such accidents, just make a rule of always connecting the carabiners in opposite direction. Never push yourself to the limit of falling. Your equipment is there for emergency purposes only. If it ever happens that you fall, beware of the sharp objects around you. In general, long before suffering from injuries caused by the forces generated during the braking process, you end up injured by the objects you hit while falling. Learning how to fall is important. Once you brake, after a fall comes the impact with the face of a rock. Make sure you don't fall upside down and try creating elasticity between you and the wall by using your arms and legs as springs. Often, climbing the mountain is easier than pulling yourself up the safety steel cable of the Via Ferrata. If you learn how to use the core of your body, your experience and safety might improve. The secret of an easy climb sits in your legs. The more you use them, the easier you'll climb the wall. Make sure you always wear the proper shoes. It might not be obvious at first glance, but shoes make a big difference while climbing a Via Ferrata. What you need is shoes with rubber that sticks to the rock. Wear gloves. They make a big difference while climbing a Via Ferrata. They protect your hands from accidental cuts and will also provide better grip when you must pull yourself against the safety steel cable of the Via Ferrata. Learn your limits. If you don't know them, be cautious and try not to climb a Via Ferrata way above the difficulty levels already familiar to you. Watch out for falling rocks or for rocks that might dislocate once you put your weight and fate on them. If rocks are falling, glue yourself to the wall. To avoid accidental falls during rock displacement, before making your transitions, test your holds. It is not always possible to do so, but in general, if you can, you should do it. Don't climb when the rock is wet. The risk of personal injury increases by a lot. Beware of the danger created by lightning during a storm. The safety steel cable attracts lightning and the risk of severe burns is high. People usually don't keep the proper distance between themselves. Make sure there is always 2 or 3 anchors between you and the people in front or behind you.